The next day was Friday. Out of all the weekdays, this one was my favorite since it was closest to the weekend. Just like on Wednesday, Adachi wasn't showing up. Ever since yesterday, I'd had a hunch that this will happen, that Hino's and Nagafuji's presence will affect her in some way, and she stopped coming here. I could wait here till lunch break. I could wait for hours after it, and I still likely wouldn't meet her. Yeah, there was a good chance that she'd never come here again. And if I wasn't meeting her here, the chances of me running across her in general will drop dramatically. If I was unlucky, it was possible that I wouldn't see her face until graduation. Unlucky, huh? Is that so? If meeting Adachi was considered lucky, then that meant that it was a good thing for me. Well, makes sense. She was my friend, after all. It would have been strange to consider meeting her a negative. Feeling that it was a positive thing was why we had been meeting here in the first place. Definitely, no doubt about that. Those feelings had faded when Hino and Nagafuji had come, disappeared like smoke. Adachi was moping, perhaps? There was another, quite similar word that described her perfectly, but I couldn't recall it. Either way, because of that, she was avoiding coming here. I thought I knew exactly what was going on in her head, yet no matter what I did, I still couldn't remember the word. It was like a weight on my shoulders that I couldn't take off. There was so much that I didn't know about Adachi, and sometimes it annoyed me. The only person who I understood even slightly was myself. Yesterday, while watching Hino and Nagafuji play table tennis, it had sunk in. That's not what I wanted. Something about playing it with permission, your jersey and all and neat and tidy, felt wrong. This wasn't a place for us four to get together and have noisy fun. The atmosphere that had been in the air, while Adachi and I played ping pong with our uniforms worn casually, suited the best, I thought. That unique sense of relaxation that was only achievable when it was just the two of us was why we had come here in the first place. That's how it felt, at least. The true essence of it was beyond my grasp. Even so, Hino and Nagafuji coming here just didn't feel right. That I was sure of. We're meeting tomorrow at 10. You better be there in time, because if you're not, I won't pull the bait on your fish hook for you. Yeah, got it. I casually waved off Hino's reminder. Still wondering why exactly was I going fishing to meet some weirdo, I left the classroom. Though Hino and Nagafuji did invite me to come with them, I declined their offer and left by myself. From the corridor till the shoe rack downstairs, I stared at the map drawn on the torn piece of paper and wondered if I should go. In the end, I decided not to. It was hard to imagine that Adachi was just sitting quietly at home. Past the school gate, my steps were filled with caution. I did sort of hope to find Adachi sitting past the gas station, and so that walk turned into a light jog on my way there. Nevertheless, the bad-mannered delinquent was nowhere to be seen. Only the fence stood there, silently. As a test, I tried sitting on it and almost fell backwards onto the road. My heart still pounding from the near-death experience, I continued walking forwards, albeit more slowly than before. I stopped, contemplating whether or not to quickly visit the convenience store adjacent to the gas station before cutting across the empty parking lot of an eyeglass store. After turning left at the green, cylindrical cram school building and passing the bus station where I usually parted ways with Hino and Nagafuji, I felt an impact. Slam! Whoa! Something hit my back lightly and almost caused me to fall on my face. Getting ready for a street punk or a delinquent to charge me and demand my money, I cautiously looked over my shoulder. My prediction had been sort of right, mainly the delinquent part. It was Adachi. She was riding her bike, and it looked as if she had stuck out her hand and pushed my back with it. Thankfully, she didn't seem to have intended to ram into me with the vehicle, which made me feel a bit relieved. Sorry, I tried to brake but didn't make it in time. Is that why you said slam when you hit me? Adachi got off the bike and began walking beside me while pushing it. I hadn't seen her at all in school that day, yet she was still wearing her uniform. Her bag was also in the basket. So was a plastic bag, filled with something. I walked forward in a relatively quick pace and Adachi followed.